We already started. I don't know why it is. I thought, oh, I know. I'll go put that. I'll go put that thing on. Yeah. How are you? Everybody doing okay today? You know, we're gonna do some homework. We're gonna do, yeah, a little bit of getting it done. A little bit of functions. We're gonna do some JavaScript, a bit of functions, a little bit of array homework. We're gonna do some loops, some conditionals. Yeah. Let's bring it on all or nothing. Oh, we'll do that in a minute. Let's go do let's go do some arrays stuff. In it to win it? Should we do that one? Oh, we've done that one. We've done in it to win it. So what's the next movie? I don't know. Leon has this thing that he loves to do where he gets this fantastic list of movies, or he says The Bachelor is the best TV show. I'm not here to fight Leon. Absolutely not here to fight Leon. But if you're not familiar with Bring It On, like me, then you have to see what the next one is. So we've done In It to Win It. Fight to the Finish is the next in the sequel. I had to go trusty go Google. Let's see if we can do some stuff. Yeah? Let's make sure that we got a, yeah, we do. So we're gonna open this up in the browser. There we go. Look at that. Look at that fantastic little bit of graphics there. But we're not interested in that. We're interested in our console. So we're just getting that prepared so we can check for our results. All right? It's just going to be a short, snappy one. Just doing what it is we know how to do. Wait a minute. Yeah, I always got that Streamlabs music playing in the background. I can't hear it, and then I forget. I forget if it's playing or not. So you probably didn't hear any of that. You didn't hear any of what it is I was saying, which is good because I was talking about Leon's choice in movies. I quite like it though because, it puts something unusual and unexpected. And if we go all the way back to week 1, I'm doing the week 19 work now, but if we go all the way back to week 1 and learning to learn, they say if you use, Barbara Oakley in that learning to learn course said if you use fantastical metaphors to learn things, then you just never know. You never know. It just goes into your brain and it's just like, oh, this hippo riding a bicycle. I don't know what that has to do with arrays, but you know what? I'll come up with something. All right. So Fight to the Finish is the sequel, and that's the homework that we'll be doing today. All right. So what do we have to do? Create an array of movie titles, loop through the array, and each element, and then add each element to the H2. Oh, so we're gonna do a little bit of DOM manipulation. All right, do we have an H2? We do. We have an FTH2 there. So I'm going to do it step by step, just so that for my brain, because I didn't really, I haven't really thought about it. I'm just coming in here, quick, sharp, and let's all try to do it. Okay, so let's create some arrays. We're going to call them const my movies. And we're going to make an array. What are my movies going to be? So always Sister Act. Always a great movie. Let's go Matrix. You see, we all have our guilty pleasures. We do. We really do. And Sister Act is my guilty pleasure, but it is objectively a fantastic movie. Okay? Right, so we have the Matrix. Let's see, what other? Amadeus, great movie. with layers. Should we add one more? Because I think I had 3 movies last time. What was the Deadpool? Because the new Deadpool movie is coming out, Deadpool and Wolverine, which I will be hoping to catch in cinemas. If you're gonna watch the new Deadpool movie, let me know in the chat. Okay, so what are we doing? Oh, I've gone away from that already because I was like, create an array of movies. That's it, I've done it. We want to look through each of these. So are we going to look through each of these with a for loop? Why not? Let's do all the different ways of looping through these things. Yeah. For let I equals 0. I is less than movies dot length. My movies dot length. Thank you very much, VS Code, for doing that autocomplete for me. I plus plus. So we're going through, we're doing our iterators, and then we know that let's have a little point at things here. So we're gonna just use a quick and simple, quick and dirty variable to grab our initial value. So we call this the initializer. Okay, and then we want to go through each item. So but we only want to go through it less than the length of movies. And why do we want to do that? It's because arrays are 0 indexed. So that means we start counting from 0, which is why we initialized I to be 0, right? And so because we start counting from 0, we know that even though this lovely array of movies has 1, 2, 3, 4 items, but that means that the index of the last item is 0, 1, 2, 3. I wonder why they did that. I'm going to have to go into the Googlies and see why they did it. Let the robots tell me. Let Jibbity tell me. Yeah? Okay. So because this is the third index, so it will be index 3, even though it's the 4th item, we want this iterator to start and go 0, 1, 2, 3. 3 is less than the length of movies, which is 4. Right? And then we want to add 1. We want to increment our initial value by 1 every time we go through the loop. Okay, so let's do that. So why don't we console.log to begin with my movies, and we want each one, so we want the I movie, and because that's how we access items in an array, right? Go away. That's how we access items in an array. We go through and we say my movie 0 will be this one, my movies 1 will be second item, my movies 2, third item, my movies 4. Okay, shall we go see? There we go. We logged each one to the array. So what they want, no, what Leon wanted us to do is to add it to the H1. Every time I do this, it says no. And there's an H2 here, blank H2. Let's get rid of that, blank H2. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of DOM manipulation, and we're going to grab the H2. So const, can I do that? Const H2. Oh, document dot query selector. There's only one H2. It doesn't have a class or an ID, so we're just going to grab the H2, and we're just putting that into a variable because it's just easier to do it. So we're going to add each one to H2. We're going to inner text, yes, let's do it. And now if we just add it, I think we won't add each one, so we want to, do we do it outside. No, we're not going to do it outside of the for loop, because we want to add each one, right? So we have to put that inside of the loop. So, all right. My movies, Is that going to work? Huh. We're going to console log it anyway. Maybe we're going to move this, outside, because we don't want to have to keep, no, not the console.log, we want to move this one outside, because we don't want to have to be selecting it every time, do we? You know, like grabbing it every time. Yeah, let's try it and see. Yeah. And it didn't put a space in there. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put that in a template literal. Put that $, and then add a space. That's what we're gonna do. Let's see if it adds a space between act and matrix and Amadeus and Deadpool. It does not. Does it? It does not? Maybe if I put this space before. Yeah, that does it. So for each one, we add it, and then for each one, you want to add a space before you add the next one on the string, on the inner text. So that's why that worked that way. How interesting. I wonder why it didn't work, because I would think, you know, okay, you put, and then you add a space on afterwards, and that would have worked. I don't know why that doesn't work that way. Aren't they just fantastic? Look at these amazing people, these amazing young actors who have probably all grown up now. But aren't they just wonderful? Anyway, I'm an actor myself, and so I have a lot of admiration when young actors are doing stuff on screen. I do. All right. So we did that, and we did that successfully. So, okay, let's create an array of numbers. We're going to loop through the array and add 3. Leon always, if he leaves words out or misspells words, he always, and we say, oh, that's missing, he always says, oh, thank you for the engagement. You know, I do these, not because I'm not a teacher. So if you find that my presentation style is a little not like an instructor, then you would be right. You would be absolutely right, because I'm not an instructor. I do these just because I like learning in public. I like doing things in public. So you can see that if I'm struggling, it's okay for you to be struggling too. But I only wish one day that my presentation style could be as cool as Leon's, you know. I hope one day. All right, so let's create our array of numbers. Give ourselves a little space to work here. Create an array, so we're going to const my nums. And we're going to create an array of numbers. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why not? We don't want to be too complicated. What are we doing? Looping through the array and adding 3 to each number. Shall we do that with a for each? And we're going to num plus equal 3. Now my nums, let's go see. So I know that my nums always returns undefined. But if I wanted to look and see what my nums was now, so my nums is unchanged. We want to replace the old number. So how do we do that? Do we put this in a new? What if we run, oh. So it always returns undefined. Maybe for each is not the right. But if we did this in the browser itself, it returns undefined. So we would have to push maybe we use something else. Not a for each. Well, if we wanted to get a new array, we could always use map. Map returns a new array. So let's map it. Yeah. Why not? So let's make a new array. My nums, map. Num plus, well, we could just plus 3 because we're getting a new, and that's console.log. My nums plus 3. Yeah, so we added 3. We have a new array now. I'm sure that's not what he asked us to do. But you know what? We got it. We got it done. I'm not mad. I'm not mad about it. Oh, I see. I just learned why it is. You know, every so often I try to go live on Twitter, and I'm such a empty head sometimes. You need a premium account on Twitter, and obviously I'm like a brand new dev user on Twitter, and so I don't have a premium account. I remember I used to have a premium account on my acting Twitter, and I just kind of I don't like the whole idea of paying for it and all of that. And I changed my name, my username, and so it was like, well, you've lost your verification, and it's fine. I don't need all of that. Okay, that was my aside. This is what happens when you come and you do a little bit of coding with the old lady is that every so often I will go off on a tangent. So find the average of all the numbers from question 3. Well, like that one. So we're gonna loop through again. And yeah, so let's loop through that. Should we do it with a for loop? Let's do it with a for loop. So let's for, oh god, I almost let I equal 0. I is less than my nums plus 3 not length I plus plus. And what we want to return is, we're going to get a total. And we're going to return total divided by, so what we're going to do, the total, we have to initialize that before we do a thing, so equal 0 total plus equal, yeah, and then we're going to divide that by my nums plus 3 dot length. Should we console.log? Yeah. How's that? So to get the average of all the numbers, I think that's right. We're gonna get the iterate over all of these and add them up. Sure, we could do this with like math, but let's see if it works. Oh, I don't need to be doing that. Ooh, total. Return. We gotta return this so I can use it. Ooh. Do I return here? Does that work? They said, oh, illegal return state. Let's make this go though. We need to be doing all of that. There we go. I got myself in a loopy-loop there, didn't I? I absolutely did. So I decided to, let's kind of figure out what it is I did. I made this a global variable because I want, well, not global, yeah. I put it outside of the for loop because I wanted to be able to access it then outside of the for loop. Because when I had all of this inside of for loop, what it did was it gave me an average for every time we iterated over the array. And that is not what I was supposed to do. I'm sure there's like this, like, well, we're doing loops. We're doing iterators over arrays. And so we're not using the lovely little math functions and all of that that I'm sure that we could use. Must be math average. Is there math average? Let's have a look. Math dot. There you go. Let's have a look at all the things. And I don't know. I don't know. But we did that. And there we are, our little bite-sized chunks of, I'm doing a dancing about, little bite-sized chunks of array homework there. We did all right. We did all right. Okay, so that's it for me today. I gotta go entertain the masses now. See you again soon. We do some more. Thanks for joining me today. I'll see you soon.